Here we go. We'll go through some of these. This was crazy. It was really a disaster. I mean, going into it, I was assuming there was at least like a 30 or 20% chance that he didn't finish the debate. Like something happened and for some reason he just doesn't finish the debate. That's kind of what I had expected. Or not expected, but I thought there was a 20% chance of that happening. Okay, here we go.
Take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it.
This was the most divisive part of the entire election, was when Trump said that he was bad at golfing, and then Biden said that Trump won't carry his own bag in golfing. Like, yeah, golf drama, yeah.
That's the biggest rival. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's not act like
around.
President Trump, we're going
Take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to.
That was the best part of the fucking debate, man. That was my favorite part. It's fucking cooked. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, exactly. Golf fight, exactly. Oh my god, 1v1 me. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see here. Bro, this is another one, bro. This shit was nuts. Here we go.
Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that, but here's the deal: there's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Now listen to this.
But comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now, he's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, you know, I don't know if people know this or not, Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say.
Yeah.
This is, and I don't really, you know what, I don't really care. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you...
By their in-laws, by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that. But here's the deal. There's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
The first President Trump walking off the stage. The first debate of the 2024 campaign and the earliest presidential debate ever, now in the books and in front of the voters. Tonight, along with Aaron Burnett, the first word on what those voters might make of it from our political professionals, from our CNN Flash poll and swing state focus group. We'll be talking to delegates, including Vice President Harris, getting fact checks from our Daniel Dale and new reporting from inside both campaigns. With me here, CNN
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do?
Holy shit.
He is not just my boss. You know, he's also a mentor to me, and I've spent sometimes countless hours with him, whether it's in the Oval Office, whether it's on the road, and I believe, for me, you're asking me my personal opinion, he is sharp. He is on top of things. When we have meetings with him, with his staff, he's constantly pushing us, trying to get more information. And so that has been my experience with this president. Anything else outside of that, I just shared with you what Dr. O'Connor said to me. And so I'll just leave it there.
Man. Jesus. Biggest cap ever? That's crazy. That is crazy. A literal lobotomized watermelon would be better than Donald Trump. Why does it gotta be Biden? I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's not gonna be Biden. If you think that anybody is gonna vote for this guy after that, it's not gonna happen. He lost, man. It's done. Like, but yeah, he's not gonna win, bro. Like, if you actually think, like, bro, this is the delusion. And I wish these people would have taken it more seriously, because people have been pointing this out for a long time. They've been saying, bro, what the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he saying? And I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt for a while, but man, it's been a while. It's been a long while. And here we are. I thought the last time, yeah, bro, like, that's it. You're underestimating how stupid a good portion of the population is. They'll still vote for him because CNN tells them Trump is bad. Yeah, but there's another big stupid amount of the population that says he's dumb. Look, he dumb. He doesn't know anything. Hey, look at how stupid he is. Get him out of here. This is the same thing. It's going to be the same exact thing. Like, what do you mean? True, Joe will still win. I don't think he's going to win, bro. Like, I feel like this is, like, after seeing that debate, I think his chances of winning are, like, 10%. Like, and I would say 10% is a big number. Like, that's it. Yeah, you can't manipulate social media companies again? Well, I mean, in general. He'll get more than 81 million votes this year? Well, I don't know, man. A lot of people think he's going to win after a show. Yeah, bro, like, that's it. I think if you were on the fence, you'd have to go with Trump after that. I think that's what's going to happen. I feel like he's going to win 100%, man. Like, it's not even a question. Trump lied over 60 times and Biden looks like a corpse. We all lose. Well, I mean, Biden was lying too. I mean, to be fair, like, he was also lying. Like, they were both lying. Now, and they're both old. So, like, Trump lies more and he's old less. Biden is old more and he lies less. Whoa! I wonder what I want. It's perfect. Yeah, it's crazy, man. This is the best we can do. Apparently it is. And this is what people voted for, man. It is. That's what happened. You get what you fucking deserve. That's what I think. Yeah, the turd sandwich versus the douche. Yeah, exactly. What do you think this does for RFK? Nothing. He's not getting any mainstream attention. So here's the reason why here's the reason why Biden won the first time. You want to know the reason why? It's because everybody knows him. Everybody fucking knows Biden. And back in the day, Biden was very likable. He was. Back in, like, whenever he was the vice president, a lot of people liked this dude. And also, people liked Obama. Because, like, Obama, it was like, yeah, it was different, but, like, you know, people can look back now and be like, oh, I wish that's what we used to, that's what we have now. So people think back on how it was, and they're like, oh, well, this guy was there, let's vote for him again. And he's an older guy, he's the traditional safe candidate. It's not going to be any kind of, like, weird bullshit. There's no, like, you know, there's that guy that was gay. And I know that this shouldn't matter, but it fucking does. If you are not a white guy, you have a disadvantage. That's all there is to it. And you know why? Because there's a lot of white people in the country, and there is an own group bias. It is. That's the truth. And if you're black, if you're a woman, look at Vivek. If Vivek was a white guy, I think his poll numbers would have been a hell of a lot higher. And I think that's a fucking fact. Anybody who doesn't think that is delusional. And that's just it. It's going to take a long time for it to get for that to kind of change. And I don't know if it ever will. Right? And I understand this is an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of people because it's like, oh, well, you can't say that. Well, I can, I did, and it's true. And that's the reality. I strongly disagree. Vivek's past would kill his chances. Yeah, but he never even got far enough for that to be a factor. The truth is that Vivek was infinitely more well-spoken than both of these people, and in my opinion, anybody else on the Republican ticket. The fact that he wasn't the front runner indicates that. It's not even a question. Dude, agreed. And that's just what I'm saying, right? And anyway, so yeah, but you can't say that though. Yeah, sure. Anyway, so Biden, the reason why Biden won is he's the safe option. He's the safe option that everybody knows about. And it's like, you think about like, what is the messaging last time where it was like, you don't like COVID? We don't like COVID either. So let's go back to how it used to be before Orange Man showed up and ruined everything. And so guess who they voted for? They voted for fucking Biden. Obviously they voted for him. It made sense. And I know that like a lot of young people, you know, this was like your election to be, you know, like every 4 years, there's a new crop of young, idealistic, politically motivated students that learn the truth. And so this for me was about 2000, and like I felt this way about Ron Paul in 2008. I thought in 2012, like I didn't really like either one of them that much. In 2016, I think there was a big reality check for the people for Bernie, and then the same thing happened again. Where I remember whenever the Democrat national thing happened, this guy was like the only one that people didn't want. There was basically anybody except him. And you know what happened? The church groups of Democrats in Massachusetts went on their chartered bus to the voting station and they sent this motherfucker to the moon. That's what happened. Because they fucking vote. That's what it was. And he got way more attention as well. And so that's what it was. Yeah, I was going to run Republican. Well, it's not about Republican or not. This is just what happens. And so it's like 2016, 2020. Yeah, exactly. We're watching real life Game of Thrones. Not really. It's just two guys that, like, here's the thing, right? Is that I can understand not wanting to vote for Biden, but I mean, I'm going to be real. I voted for Trump the first time. I don't think I'm going to vote for him. I don't even know if I'm going to vote this time. That's the truth. I don't know. I don't think he did 80% of the things that I thought he would do. I didn't. Yeah, really. I'm being serious. How can you not vote Trump again? Because it didn't work. He got in office for 4 years. It didn't work. That's why. Don't do shit. Didn't do shit, man. Vote blank again. Did Biden work? No. Fuck no, it didn't work. Absolutely not. What are you babbling about? Bro, you getting mad? You getting mad that I'm saying this? Bro, way to be an adult and not vote? Yeah, I'm not going... Listen, the moment that the American public realizes that they don't have to choose between two pre-created false dichotomy options is the moment that this stops happening. So no, I don't have to vote. I don't have to. And now I might choose to vote, but I haven't decided yet. I don't think that either one of them, I don't think that what Trump did, I think Biden is a fucking corpse. There's no way I'm going to vote for Biden. Like 0 fucking % chance. Like it's insane. Yeah. And like, I'm doing this for him, by the way. Because this is another factor that I think a lot of people don't really talk about a lot, but is very true.
Nothing about it.
Biden has been a public servant for over 50 years. He has been, for better or for worse, dedicated to the government, to public service, for the better part of a fucking century. And to cap off that legacy, rolling his half-dead corpse out there to be the president makes him look like a fucking clown. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. It is, because, like, at the end of the day, like, I remember how Joe Biden used to be. He used always, right? I mean, it's not, like, this dude had, like, 3 brain surgeries, so it's never been, like, 100%. But, like, it was never like this. He was much more likable. He was a real, like, people liked Joe Biden, right? And that's a big factor. He was very, very likable. He was sharp. He was personable. He was great. Not me. Hey, listen, if you didn't like it, that's fine. But you can't deny that in 2008, 2012, this guy wasn't way more likable than he is now, right? And let's just look at it as a frame of reference from now versus then, okay? Now versus then is a big fucking difference. So, yeah. Who even is it now? Exactly. Yeah, it's really sad, man. It is. It's depressing, to be honest. So, yeah, I see this happen, and it's awful, man. It really is. And his decisions are just poor. It didn't matter who Obama picked. People wanted Obama at all costs. No, I think that Obama took the same approach that Trump did, to be honest. Trump is like a super outsider candidate. And it's like, well, who the fuck is this guy? It's this young black guy. Like, what the fuck is this, right? What's going on? I thought this was America. People were more racist, I think, or were more prone to vote based off of race back then in like 2008. And so Trump did the same thing with Pence, right? Where it's like, oh, yeah, it's this random fucking guy that said he was a Democrat 10 years ago. And then they bring in Mike Pence, who's like the fucking, like the inquisitor, right? Of the Republican Party, just to make sure that like people know, like, no, this is actually okay. Things are going to be fine. So I think that's really why. No, he was. I mean, really, think about it. And so, yeah, Trump was no outsider. He absolutely was. Compared to somebody like Pence or Biden, Trump is absolutely an outsider to the political process. Now, he's influencing it from the outside, but he is still an outsider. I mean, definitely. Do you feel like Congress is really the gate here? Well, I don't know. Trump's not a politician, doesn't need the money. That's what makes him the greatest candidate. Well, you can vote for him if you want. You vote for whoever you want to vote for. I mean, that's it. I'm not going to argue with somebody like, you want to vote for? I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. But, yeah, anyway. It's crazy how far Trump has came from a TV show, the second election and trial. Yeah. So, anyway, I watched this last night. It was crazy how bad this was. This was nuts. I couldn't even believe it. Like, and I remember watching it, and I would tune into Hassan's stream, and I was like, because we were over at my dad's house. I was over at my dad's house. It was me and him watching the debate, and I would like tune in. I'm like, bro, like, what are they thinking? Because I just wanted to read his chat, and I was like, what are they? And then they were just, I'm like, damn, bro, like even they're upset. Like, it was bad, man. It's Jover. Yeah, exactly, man. Being an American right now, what did your dad think? I mean, my dad hates Donald Trump. He's never going to vote for Donald Trump in a million years. Like, you could have a literal dog up there, and that would still not make my dad vote for Trump. He fucking hates Trump. For like 50 different reasons. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, he's not. I don't know what he's going to do. I have no idea. But yeah, will we get a stream where we look for a good person to vote for? No, not really. I don't want to tell people who to vote for, whatever. Like, that's not really my type of thing. If people want to do that or whatever, that's fine. But it's just really not my thing. Hassan was a Bernie supporter. Same for a lot of his chat. Well, I think that a lot of people that, were, I would say, under the age of like 40 were. But yeah. And, but yeah. Let's see. I'll read the rest of this. That's base man. Is your dad liberal? I think that, with any person, a person is going to have values that are both conservative and liberal, right? So it really depends on what it is. But what do you think about Harris? Oh, if they have put Kamala Harris up there? Well, I mean, if they were going to lose, now they're going to lose for sure. Yeah, that's not going to happen, guys. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Now, they can try it. Sure, they can try it. It's just not going to happen. Look past the candidate. We're voting for a lifetime appointments to the Supreme Court. People are not going to look past the candidate. It's not going to happen. They're going to see him. They're going to be like, wow, that guy looks like an idiot. And they're not going to vote for him. That's it. That's period, right? That's done. Like, it's not like some Supreme Court, this like abstract, what if a justice dies type situation. No, bro, like that's it. And we're beyond that thinking. Yes, it's not going to happen. And I'm talking about, bro, and if you thought that it would happen, I think that Biden being the nominee last time around should tell you that you do not know what you're talking about. The people that make decisions and vote, the biggest block of people are the dumbest. They are stupid as fuck. And it goes on both sides. This isn't like Republicans are stupid and Democrats are smart or vice versa. That's not the case. They're all stupid. And they're all going to vote on the most... Think about the most surface level. Why did Ron DeSantis completely fall off? It's because he's short. Need I say more? No, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And because he wears heels. Exactly, yep, with the boots and everything like that. Like, you guys don't get it. If you think that people one day are going to wake up and start to see everything has no charisma, no, he had people loved Ron DeSantis before he ran, and then people started calling him short, and now nobody likes him anymore. That's just the way it is, because most people are smarter than a monkey, but not by that much, right? And so you see situations like this happen. It's superficial, yes. Like, is a fat person gonna... Chris Christie, is he gonna win? He's fat. No, of course he's not gonna fucking win. What are you talking about? Look at him. It's just, no. Trump's fat, yeah, but he's not fat like he is. He's not fat like, yeah, Trump's fat. Trump is not fat like Chris Christie. Chris Christie's fat as fuck. Like, let's be honest, right? And so you're right. I mean, like, there's a spectrum of being fat. And, like, Trump is on that edge. And he has lost weight, too, by the way. It's obvious he's lost weight. Trump used to be fatter. Yeah, exactly. And so, anyway, yeah. And once y'all understand that, like, there was another guy, and he had a voice crack at one of his rallies, and it destroyed his entire career. Like, his entire career as a politician. Howard Dean, that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember what it was, right? But that destroyed his entire career. So in order for you to understand what matters to the public for voting, think of the dumbest thing possible. That's what matters. That's it. You got it. That's the one thing. They started talking to media where he had deep-seated anger issues because of that. It was insane. Yep, that's right. And so this shit was so funny. Dave Chappelle did a skit on it. Yeah, exactly. That's why managed democracy is better. Is that right? And so Fetterman is tall, fat, and ugly. John Fetterman, I think that the less... I mean, I feel bad for him, right? Because, like, the guy had a stroke, and then like a week later they had him do a debate, and he acted like he just had a stroke at the debate. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, it's sad. It really is. It's sad. He should have dropped out. I liked Fetterman. I thought he was great. Like, the stuff he was saying, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, you're right. Absolutely, bro. Like 100%. But bro, like, you go and you look like a moron, and that's it. You done. You're finished. What do you think other world leaders are saying right now? I bet that the other world leaders probably do other really stupid stuff like this too. And there are probably just other versions of this stupidity all around the world. I don't think that America has a unique monopoly on being stupid. I think they do it. I think they do it too. Why didn't Biden choose not to seek re-election? If you want my honest opinion about why, I think it's because people didn't like kind of pressure him to do it. And I think that whenever you're probably losing it, and I don't know this, right? I'm not 82, wherever the fuck he is. But whenever you're losing it, I bet you probably don't really know. So the odds are that people around him are not really being honest with him about it. And I think there's also a lot of pressure for him to keep doing it too. And I think also there are probably instances where if you give him like 10 minutes to figure out a question, he could probably come up with a good answer. But he's just not very sharp anymore. That's the truth. His son died in 2015, bro. It's not that complicated. Well, I mean, like, whatever the reason is, right? Like, I understand that. But, like, whatever the reason is for why it didn't work out, the point is that I think that's what happened. So we have 8 seconds left? Yeah, exactly. Bro, you're talking about your president? Yeah, I mean, dementia has nothing to do with that. I think that actually trauma can spur that on, or like other types of cognitive declines. Like extreme trauma and anxiety does have an effect on cognitive ability. So I think that's definitely the truth. Because, like, I mean, I get it, right? I mean, like, yeah, that sucks, but I don't know, man. They're both old as fuck. Yeah, I mean, and Trump's also, like, old as shit, too, right? Even compared to last election cycle, he was more of a firebrand than the corpse he is now. Yeah, he is. Like, I would say, like, in the last debates, maybe this is, like, just me, right? But whenever Joe Biden came out on the last debates, honestly, I feel like it surprised me. I was like, damn, bro, like, he still got it. Like, and it was fucked up a little bit, right? It was fucked up a little bit. But, like, it was way better than I had expected. It was, like, because before, like, because he locked in for the debate. He did. Like, back in 2020, he did lock in for the debates. Now, does locking in mean he had drugs before then? I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? But the point is that those drugs aren't working now. So that's a problem, isn't it? It's sad to see there's no younger candidates. That's because they're worse than them. Everybody says how sad it is. Oh, it's so sad that we don't have these younger candidates. You know why? Because they suck. That's the reason why. Not true. Vivek was awesome. People didn't like him. They didn't like his perspective. That's all there is to it. I think there's a lot of candidates that, and this is another thing, is that this is the same case with Andrew Yang. If you are not talking about things that people can immediately see and be aware of, nobody will collectively, people will not understand what you're talking about. And I think Vivek is the same thing, is that basically, and this is an interesting study. President of the U.S. vocabulary over the years. So let's see here. Which president best vocabulary skills? Words of president's vocabulary per year. Is there an easy way for me to find this without having to go through a bunch of stuff? Yeah, well, either way, there is a very, very defined correlation between the vocabulary that's been used. Oh, here we go. Yep, there it is. Presidential vocabulary by grade level. All right. And you can see there is clearly a trend of the newer presidents having a lower list. That's it. You should run for president. Trump is a 4, and you know what? Everybody understands him. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody understands it, and that's the thing. Let's see here. I'll look at a few more of them. It says the Google chart. Yeah. Well, this has been an explored phenomenon for a long period of time. It's not like this is some kind of like new idea that nobody's ever discussed before. No, this is actually quite common, and people have talked about this in many cases. So yeah, it doesn't sound good. That's a good thing, I think. It depends, right? You can look at it as being a good thing. You can look at it as not. I think that I don't even think that it reflects negatively on the president. I think that what it really reflects negatively on is the voter base. And the voter base is full of a bunch of morons. So if you don't communicate in moron language to them, they're going to get upset. That's what happens. Let's see if I'll find some more of the clips. Idiocracy? I'm serious. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one here. Worst candidates in history? That's not true. They're the worst candidates in history so far. Remember whenever we said worst candidates in history in 2016?
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million, billion dollars, I should say, in a 10-year period.
To me, that one was like, I mean, I've fucked up. How many times have I fucked up speaking, right? I can get fucking up, right? And being like, oh, wait, oops, I meant to say this, right? It's not, that's really not that big of a deal.
We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all
He's
those
the president?
things we need to do,
It doesn't change anything.
elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do.
Yeah, quick to correct himself,
with the COVID, with dealing with every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
Just going back to Ukraine for 1 second.
Man. I was cooked? Yeah, it was.
Second, we have an ocean separating us. The European nations together have spent 100 billion, or maybe more than that, less than us. Why doesn't he call them and say, you got to put up your money like I?
He's got a stutter, too. Correct me if I'm wrong. What, has it been 3 brain surgeries that Joe Biden has had? And I get it, right? You're 82. You've had 3 brain surgeries. You're the fucking president. There's going to be some misfires. I get it. But man.
I did with NATO. As far as Israel and Hamas, Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job.
Hopefully next time around we won't have to keep paying lip service to, Israel. Oh my fucking God. You want the war to stop? Stop giving them money. That'll make it stop real fast. Problem solved. What a waste of fucking money.
He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
President Biden, you have a minute.
I've never heard so much foolishness. This is a guy who wants to get out of NATO. You're going to stay in NATO? He's going to pull out of NATO. The idea that we have, our strength lies in our alliances as well. It may be a big ocean, but we're ever able to avoid a war in Europe, a major war in Europe? What happens if, in fact, you have Putin continue to go into NATO? We have an Article 5 agreement. Attack on one is attack on all. You want to start the nuclear war he keeps talking about, go ahead. Let Putin go in and control Ukraine and then move on to Poland.
I really hope that if Trump wins, and he said that he would have the war settled by the end of before he becomes president, I hope that people, whenever that doesn't happen, I hope people will finally see what I'm saying. This dude talks a really big game, but a lot of the shit that he said he was going to do didn't fucking happen. It did not fucking happen.
In other places, see what happens then. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
After a jury convicted you of 34 felonies last month, you said if reelected, you would, quote, have every right to go after, unquote, your political opponents. You just talked about members of the Select Committee on January 6th going to jail. Your main political opponent is standing on stage with you tonight. Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to go after your political opponents?
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this.
Oh my God. I didn't say that. I said my retribution's going to be a success. What does that mean? He's like, what the fuck? He's the protagonist
again, because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be a success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted.
I think that's actually, like, in my opinion, how is it that Hunter Biden gets to play Grand Theft Auto in real life and he's not in jail? I have seen more pictures of Hunter Biden with crack than all other people and all other pictures of crack put together. He's rich, right? And so I think that right there, and this is the truth, that says a lot. Because what it says is this is a guy, Hunter's not the president? Yeah, but the reason why he's not in jail is because his dad is. And everybody fucking knows it. If Hunter Biden was a regular old guy, he'd be in fucking jail instantaneously. And it's bullshit. It is. So, no, I'm not going to fucking go and be like, oh, well, Trump is this bad guy because he's a convicted felon. So is this guy's son, and he's out doing whatever the fuck he wants. It's not even a question. Rich people play by different rules? Yeah, so this really isn't a point in Biden's favor, in my opinion. If Biden wasn't a president, he still wouldn't be in jail? I bet he probably fucking would. And also, Biden has been in a position of power for this guy's entire life. He's been in a position of power for his entire fucking life. If Hunter Biden was a regular guy, we'd be watching him get tased at one of those body cam YouTube channels. Exactly. Fucking exactly.
Convicted,
it's not even a question.
Numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done. He's done horrible things.
Mm-hmm. The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one.
I hope Hunter Biden starts running for office soon. I do. I really hope it happens because it'll be funny. He'll win. Yeah, crack down on crime. Fuck yeah. The crackhead president. Exactly. That would be fucking hilarious.
Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties?
President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized as being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises that we are growing.
Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one.
Man.
Like, go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. but I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden.
What?
One of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Thank
It's crazy. I love it.
Thank you. President Biden.
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway.
Well, anyway.
Just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I have, you know,
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Hey, let's not
act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn.
Let's not act like children.
There it is. That was the most contentious part about golf. Man. Is this America's leaders? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. There's going to be one of these guys. I mean, who knows? It could be anything. Joe isn't that old. He's just handicapped by age. Job's too easy. I bet it is, man. They fact-checked the golf score, by the way. I bet they did. I hope that the people that are doing the fact-checking realize that nobody cares. The entire idea of fact-checking and, they said this, but it's actually not true. Nobody cares. Everybody knows they're lying. Like, does anybody tune into this to be like, man, I sure hope they don't lie today? Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, bro, like, that's it. I care? I don't. I don't give a shit. Like, I do personally, right? But, besides that, I really just, I don't think it's going to make any impact. The extremes of the sides, yeah. Well, articulated lies will always beat the truth. That's right. That's fucking right, man. No one can compete with them. If you're smart, you won't dare going against them. Just wait 4 years. You're goddamn right. So they can run again in 4 years. And that's what you guys see. This is the thing. Everybody thought in 2016 Joe Biden would run one time. Well, what happens whenever Joe Biden loses this time and then he runs again in 2028? It's not so funny anymore, is it? Yeah, you're not laughing a whole lot, right? How about that? Same for Trump. That's right. They can always... This is it. It's the Lich King. It's not possible. That's what people said this time. Sure seems like it's happening. Yeah. Is there a maximum age limit? No. No, you can do whatever you want. Just to do it. Yeah, that's it. I think you do it. Batty cap is 6.7. Update in July 2018 is a 2.5. I haven't played golf in probably like over 10 years, so I don't even know what's good, what's bad. I have no idea. But anyway, theoretically, you can have a 100-year-old running. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely, because the voters are going to decide, right? It's about the voters, what they think.
Okay, Joe, last one. We've been here for a week. You got this, all right? Number one, the dude's convicted felon. Say Trump's a convicted felon over
Every
over.
answer. All of them.
Felon, all right? Russia, bad. Russia's real bad.
Real bad.
Who win?
Don't like them.
Ukraine, good. Zelensky, more money. Billions to Ukraine.
More money.
All right, our border is secure. What is he talking about? Wide open border. What are you, nuts? Aliens are cool. LGBTQAI+. We love the gays,
Can't
Joseph.
get enough
We
of
love
them.
the gays.
You're gay. I'm gay.
You're gay. We're all gay. All right, the economy. Hey, Joe, focus. Focus, all right? Shiny thing.
Remember the plus.
Girl. Yeah, Roe v. Wade, abortions, have them. Everybody have them. Wait, Joe, wake up. Hey, wake up. Joseph, don't fall asleep. That's number one on the list. Give me the adrenaline.
More?
Yes, we need more. This guy's a freaking passing out old.
All right, Joe, wake up.
Adrenaline shot is ready, and boom. There we go. Daddy like you, huh? Daddy like you, huh? All right, Joe, focus, continue. All right, don't talk incest. You didn't shower your daughter at an inappropriate age.
You were conserving water.
Yeah,
from the
you're going
environment.
green, okay? Don't slip and fall. Do not slow your words. And listen, if Hunter comes up, he's amazing, all right?
the smartest man
you know. And do not say the N-word, Joseph.
We're live. We can't cut it
I know
this
you
time.
love it. And guess what? If you don't say the N-word, you get a little treat.
Double stuff.
Double stuffed Oreo cookie. Last but not least, do not insult Israel. Don't you dare.
Love the Jews.
You love the Jews. So I think we're good. What's that smell?
It looks like someone pooped their pants.
Joseph! Okay, Joe, last one. We've been here for a...
This is some of the funniest fucking shit I've seen in a long time. This is so fucking funny. Oh my god, there's the video right there. What's fine as it could be either way? Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
So during the debate, it was a show, all right.
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of a tragedy.
It was sad, wasn't it?
It's
depressing. It's so sad.
It was literally pathos, you know. I mean, it was pathetic, but not meaning pathetic like, you know, paltry, lousy, crappy, but I mean pathetic like in the true sense of the word of pathos. It was so sad to see to see that performance, and that's after a week spent practicing. That's the best you could do, and of course Trump was his usual T-Rumpus Rex, being an asshole and not answering the questions and saying all the buzzwords and like, you know, Zach says about the names. I used to be really big on names.
But I'm right though, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
I mean, it played in middle school and junior high for me.
Well, who do you think's voting?
Huh?
Who do you think's voting?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People, yeah, exactly.
The
right.
average reading ability, because I know this from when I was in publishing.
No, I showed it because you told me about it. I pulled up the stats.
Yeah. What is it? 8th grade, isn't it?
Oh man,
It's still
that's
in 8th
funny.
grade?
No, read it.
What's it at?
So you see, what do you think the bottom one is? The lowest one.
Trump.
Right. Where does it say?
What does that say? 4.6.
4.6. That's right.
Holy shit! And what was that? Truman,
Bush, FDR, LBJ, Reagan, Kennedy, Clinton, Nixon, Eisenhower, Ford, Obama, Carter, and Hoover. That's nuts. 4th grade.
Yeah. Well, the average person when we were doing textbooks when I was there was 8th grade. We had to write everything, and I did secondary books. Warner's English. You guys ever had the little grammar usage book, probably in a class set? And you got those exercises, identify the verbs and all.
Oh yeah. He did all this.
That was me.
Yeah.
And that's because when I had those books, same books, I turn in my exercise or my test, and my teacher would mark me wrong, and I knew I was right. I mean, because I had to study this. I had to. Well, when they put me in detention halls, and that didn't work because then there were fights, and so then they put me in solitary.
Yeah.
And and for a while, for about 6 weeks, they whatever it was, a month or so, they put me in the vice principal of the dean of boys office, and Merle Morgan, and he and I was sitting around. I looked at my books and what the fuck, and I noticed his phone, and I said, "Cool," because back then making a long distance call was kind of a big deal. So I would call like Anchorage, Alaska to see what the temperature was, and I talked to the person there. I called all over the place. And so they got the phone bill, and I was out of there. So finally they found a place, where I could be under supervision, but, it was, by myself.
Yeah.
And they made me study a book. They said, you have to study something. I said, fuck. So I picked the littlest book, being a wise ass like I was.
Smart.
And still am. And so I learned grammar and usage, and then my dean of boys because I talked to him all the time, chat with him. He gave me his book, Harbrace College Handbook, a college handbook, and I learned that one, just dead. So, and Zach's right. Teachers are, so many of them are really, they're C students, and
they're stupid as fuck. Right? They're dumb.
Students.
Yeah, they're dumb as hell.
Yeah, they had an education class going on across the hall from a class I was teaching, and I gave an exam. So I walked out during part of the exam, and I was doing something, getting me something to eat, get the fuck out of the room. And I walked by, and there's a classroom across from us. It was a university. Was all dark, and there were people in there, and they were walking around, and they were holding something in their hands. It looked like some kind of weird religious, procedure.
And this is the education class?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. Thanks for spoiling it.
Oh, okay.
And as I get up to the end, there's the main sorceress who lights this match. Then they put it in a bottle, and it goes out. And then the next person comes up, and he gets his or her match, and I'm not going to say their, say his or her, the match lit, and drop it in there. Yeah, that their shit just doesn't play at all. It's so bullshitty. And I watch them do this for like a rotation, whole fucking class. Goes in, does this, then they start again. And they're going another procession. So I didn't have all day to sit there and watch these guys. At night, actually, I taught night classes.
Yeah.
So I went over and I got my food and I came back. They're still in there doing it. I went over, I ate something, and I'm a slow eater, and I come back, they're still at it. And so I asked somebody, I kind of waited and I heard their class breaking up, so I went back outside. Test is still going on. And in my class, and I go across there, and they say, I said, what class is this? And they said, oh, this is elementary science. I said, what were you doing? They said, we were proving that if you put a lit match into a bottle like that, it burns up all the oxygen rapidly, and it goes out. I mean, how many times and how many people have to walk around in a circle, lighting a match and dropping it in a fucking Coke bottle for, like an hour? Now, that's who the teachers are. So they would count me off on a fucking comma error or something, and I'd be no, and they have the number rule. No, Rule 6J says that comma is there, or it should be there, and in fact that's how I got my job, was by complaining about that kind of stuff to the publishing company.
I got mine for complaining about video games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so there it is. It's the same thing.
Yeah, same idea. Being an asshole.
Yeah.
And
right.
So it would just infuriate me, and they asked me to come up to New York to be at Harcourt Brace Jovanovich, was a company, and I said, no way. I come from New York. It sucks. I'm not going back, ever. And so Muhammad would not go to the mountains. Mountain fucking came to Muhammad. His mom, I was going out of my mind. We went down to Sarasota, stayed at my brother's house, and she looks in the paper one day, and I just read the paper. She said, did you see this ad for Harcourt Brace? They just moved to Orlando. I said, no shit. And I was looking for a job, and so I drove up there, and the guy well, first of all, I contacted my old editor at Harcourt Brace College Division, and is what I worked for initially, and and he says, oh, I know a guy I can talk to, and he refers me to this guy, and he says, I'll have him call you. He'll call you within the next week. Sure enough, I get the fucking phone call. This guy's laughing. He's a jolly guy. I go to meet him. So, one of the weirdest people I've ever met. He never would meet my eye. He looked the other way, and he was like awkward, and he didn't know what to say. And what do you say when you're there, interviewing for the job? And in a way, I didn't really give a shit. Because I was like 37. We still didn't have air conditioning in Florida. I'm talking subtropical Florida, bad fucking. And so, it was fine. And that's why I got a AC. I was 37 and a half. But that was, and so I worked on those books, and I made fucking sure that my staff as a first priority is that answer key will agree with the fucking exercises, and I went over every single one of them. And if somebody fucked up, they heard about it. So you guys got good. Bottom line, you guys got good books because of me.
There it is.
And
well, you see how people type on the internet now. That's crazy. What the fuck? Like, yeah, nobody knows how to talk anymore. It's bad. It's almost like the dumber you talk, the more people like it.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there it is.
You guys heard the English is a living language. Well, it is, and it's changing right now.
Yeah.
A guy that was like an uncle to him, Uncle Greg.
Yep, that's right.
He said this. He's a guy who worked closely with my best friend. Got killed in a motorcycle wreck. He said long ago that the language will be changing about now. And it is. It's just changing. Like the way y'all don't use periods at the end because somebody takes offense.
It's an implied level of seriousness that people are uncomfortable with.
Yeah. And it's I walk around the world. I always have. Somebody has a smudge on the forehead. It's fucking Ash Wednesday. I never miss an Ash Wednesday without mentioning to somebody, say, man, by the way, you got a little dirt on your forehead. And the guy says, yeah, it's Ash Wednesday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Worst thing is, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Same fucking
day.
Same
day. Yeah, right.
Same day. And I did this when I was in my 30s. I didn't have to get old to do this. I mean, I was there at the get-go not paying attention.
So what'd you think of the debate last night?
Well, like I said, it was so pathetic.
Yeah.
To watch old Joe. There was a song called Old Black Joe.
Yeah.
And when I moved to Florida.
Is this going to be, this is Florida be pre-civil rights, so is Old Black Joe a song that we should be talking about on the stream? Probably not.
It was, you can get
Probably
the idea.
Not.
You get the idea, okay? And we sung a lot of those songs, Dixie and,
Oh, yeah.
Swanee River and, all that shit. But, there was Old White Joe.
Yep.
You look at him and he was this white, pale, old guy.
Yeah.
And kind of shrunken up next to this vigorous looking, not as orange as usual. They did a good makeup job on him. And, of course, with the swirly hair, I mean, that's kind of pathetic.
I don't know what it's like cotton candy.
Yeah, you got to wonder
Yeah.
how much hairspray he uses, every day. But and then the first, couple of sentences out of his mouth, he fumbled something, and it went down from there. It was just, and of course he's using his phone right when they did the commentary afterward, and I said, "Boy, look at this response," and and
Well, because I knew what it was. I was reading the same shit online. Yeah, no, it was nuts.
Oh man, I mean, and those were we were watching CNN itself, and those are some serious fucking Democrats. And
Do you see how Biden had to get escorted off stage by his wife?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She came out there right away. Jill's out there trying to save the day.
Yeah.
And it is, and there's I think of all the independent voters and the people who are kind of interested in let's see how they perform. That's who's watching, especially, and of course the loyal factions. And what a show they got.
Yeah.
And it's really pathetic that the parties can't come up with better than this on both sides. It's just so sad.
That is the resounding opinion of most people that are not
partisans,
zealots. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that's what I can gather from that. And like I say, especially you do 1 week of solid cramming for your oral exam, and that's it. That's a product. I mean,
it's not too good.
That is super sad.
Yeah, it is. It's depressing.
And by the way, in the doc thing.
What about the doc?
The first guy, one of the guys you banned there.
Which one?
I don't know. I think it was maybe the second.
Oh, what about it?
He said something about, you were talking about how it's not the point whether it's a minor, it could be 19-year-old.
Well, I don't want to like.
Okay,
oh,
I'm just you asked me what it's about. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay, and that guy, and then you say, being what age she was. Wasn't really the
Here's
issue.
the reason why I did that. Here's the reason why I said that is because people are going to get focused on that, and then they're going to debate what it is in every country. And what I was saying is that, because I don't want to get into a debate with that shit with people, right? Because they're never going to change their mind. So the reason why I said that is to get people to shift their perspective. And I didn't ban him for that reason. I banned him because he took something else I said out of context. That's why I fucking banned him.
Well, I didn't see what he took out of context.
He did. He said about that abortion shit that I said. That's what it was.
What did he say? What exactly did he say?
He said it was the same thing. He said that I like it's double standard.
Oh, because an 18-year-old getting an abortion, something about that?
Yeah.
And see, I took that to mean something different. He was, you notice that 18 and 18 are common in both. And I felt that the guy was saying that, yes, being underage, being 17, is a key issue in the point. They're talking about Doc sexting somebody.
Oh, I know.
And
I get
it's a minor.
You're right. You're totally right. But I wanted the reason, I think that there are people that still try to convince themselves otherwise, even in that context, right?
But that guy wasn't doing that.
I think that he was. He's pissing me off.
Oh, he's pissing you off,
He's being an
maybe.
asshole. He's being a fucking ass. He's trying to do the same shit that people do all the time, which is they take something I said, they turn it into something I didn't say, and then they act to be like, wow, what's this? It's fucking annoying.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
fucking annoying.
But I didn't
Crazy.
see where he did that.
I did. I saw it.
Yeah. I still think more timeouts are better than these constant
than
fucking
perma
bans. Yeah, especially perma bans. I mean, unless you're going to do what, like a Linda the Year or some of these people do. they have an unbanning day.
Yeah. Oh, I used to do that.
Yeah, but now hell, that'd be an unbanning week for you. But shit, it's a wonder you got any viewers left. But yeah, so it's like last night. He doesn't figure to tune into the Hassan ran it, and God, he got over 100K viewers. I said, yeah, no shit. If you would run it, you would have had way up there too. Hassan would have had maybe 20, 30K less.
Yeah, no, bro, Hassan would have beat me 100%.
Yeah.
He's the politics guy.
Oh,
Let's be
he
honest.
still would have beat you, yes.
Yeah.
But you would have had a fuckload of viewers.
I would have had a lot of people to watch.
And for the moderate view.
Yeah.
What we need is moderation. The two extremes are just a shitstorm in the making.
They sure are.
And because I was there for the 60s, and so when they're burning the school buildings down and all, and finally there was some 18-year-old guardsman,
the
got
Kent
freaked
State?
out, and
Yeah,
and they're sticking flowers down their fucking rifle barrels.
Yeah.
How fucking stupid do you have to be fucking with a guy with a loaded, a weapon that's especially, M16, tear your ass up.
yeah.
And even, I don't care if it's a 22. The guy, hey, dude, it's a great equalizer.
Yeah.
So anyway, these kids got shot down. I didn't feel bad about that. They're being assholes. I mean,
So y'all see where I get it, huh?
Yeah.
That's just like the way it is.
It's like the protesters were fine so long as they were there. But no, they had to keep pushing it. And maybe it's outside people, maybe inside. I don't give a fuck. They push it. They put up a junk barricade in these towns. Who puts up with that shit? I mean, that's you're gonna go up.
Ridiculous.
You're gonna go up here and tell the government, the people have tanks and fucking jet fighters and shit, and you're gonna go up against them
with plywood.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So it was really the news that ended the Vietnam War. Walter Cronkite ended it, really.
Yeah, I remember. You told me about that.
So, this horrible inflation. Oh, my God. It's 7% to get a house. Oh. When Zach's mom and I were buying our second house, well, together, our first house, I bought the first house. I had everything. Sofa, furniture, dishes, cookware. And she moved in with her fan and her books. And, that's the way it went, all the way, up until, she went down. And so, he where do you think the money came from for those midnight rides to get games and why he had every fucking gaming system? Guess where that came from. And his mom and I went to buy our first house. Inflation was fucking 18-20%.
What year was that?
And 77, 78, Jesus. 79. And the OPEC oil crisis, after the auto workers screwed themselves out of a job by leaving screwdrivers in the doors and stuff like that, so they rattle around. And this was in the late 70s. And it was the black tag migration to Texas. Because at that time, Michigan had black license plates. And it's called black tag.
And so everybody moved down here because the inflation was so bad?
And there were no jobs.
And this was like, was this like Jimmy Carter?
Right before Jimmy Carter.
Oh, okay.
And this was when the Japs first got in here. And that was...
Oh, that you can't do that one anymore. That's a bad one.
Oh,
Jap.
That's say nips,
one.
huh?
No. You're going to get me in trouble. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Like, it's going to get me in trouble.
Like you said, I know them all.
Yeah.
I learned them from my dad.
Yeah.
From my my shit fucking father, but shit heel. But, I just can't talk about him without getting it in.
Yeah.
But, but the Japanese came in with these great little cars, save gas right when during the gas crisis, and of course Detroit and Michigan up there, the car makers, they did not get with the program, and they were making crappy cars. Cars were always breaking down, and so and this is also the auto workers could get like $80 an hour, whatever the hell it was, and meanwhile the average guy's getting like $8. In hell, 1970s, early 70s, an electrician, a journeyman electrician, was getting $7.50 an hour, and so that's and these guys, and you look at their houses. They got a beautiful 2-story house. They got a Winnebago. They got a big boat. They got all this shit, and everybody's saying, yeah, we're supposed to feel bad for these fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck you, and they got fucked, and everybody got fucked, and so they're and Detroit really never has recovered from that. That's why they're building Toyota plants in the U.S. And so that really all started with the electronics.
Yeah.
A lot of them we brought back for free from now.
Mm-hmm.
It was or almost free. It was really cheap. Guys might be living in with a cot and a tent over their heads and shit, but they got an Akai, tape deck and.
They got all the good stuff, right? Because you get it for
really
free.
Good
Yeah.
shit. And through a thing called PACEX, PACX or whatever, PACEX means Pacific Exchange, and you could buy things online. And I brought home the binoculars for everybody, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So anyway, I figured you'd like that. It looked like it was going to fit,
Thanks.
and I didn't know it would fit that good, so I'm good. I'm glad at that. Be sure to look at the cards.
Yeah, I will.
I will. I'm like a cardophile. I got millions of fucking cards.
I will.
And,
Thank you.
I forgot his card. I couldn't not believe it. I forgot to give him his card on his birthday.
Yeah.
And so I've been saving that up kind of. And when I ordered this, I knew it was going to take a while to get here. So I had time to get that. And his aunt sent him a card late because she was traveling.
Yeah.
And and I mistakenly opened it to read the card
Right.
and say, "What the fuck? Oh, Zach."
Yeah.
And so I brought that over too.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I'll definitely find a reason to wear this. I'll find multiple reasons, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
use it as a meme for something. When you're doing some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just don't do it when you're gonna ban somebody. Just,
Okay. Yeah. I'll go to like maybe a week timeout or something like that.
Well, no.
A day.
I mean, just tone it down. I mean, not everybody who disagrees with you is a loser.
Well, not every single one. No.
And half of the ones you ban,
Okay.
and then half of the ones that are left, it should be like a timeout. Holy shit, that way you save the big guns for the bad, the real assholes.
All right.
All these guys, and they're saying, "Hey, I don't mean to disagree with you," because they know.
Because they're trying to pull some kind of fucking shit. It's annoying.
They know that if they say anything that is "you're wrong," and if they don't say "you're wrong," you're not going to even see it. I don't think you're right. Well, you're not going to open that and say anything because you don't give a shit about what the guy thinks. But if they say "you're wrong," then it's going to confrontational.
Oh God.
And geez, yours goes just like mine does. It jumps like that. The
chat. You reading the chat? Yeah.
And that really so sucks. I can't read that shit. Your screen's bigger. You got a longer time, but damn, it drives me nuts the way it jumps like that. But yeah, these are all short answers.
Yeah.
It's when they get a long answer in there that's really a fucking bitch to try to read.
Yeah, it's the paragraph. Well, I can read real fast, so it's not a big deal for me.
By the way, Izzy's on today.
Oh yeah. Well, she's always on. Yeah, she streams all the time.
She's been off for a while. I didn't see her on for a while.
Yeah, no, she's been streaming for a bit.
Oh, I know she's been back on, but she was off the air for like about a week or two.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her about it for a while actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, thanks for coming over. I appreciate it.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks.
And I wish we could have been on last night for you guys and have him be talking over everything. But
maybe I've actually, after last night, I don't know if there's going to be another one, but we'll see.
It's we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But maybe the new person is now running in the Democratic Party will be doing it. Although Gavin Newsom has already, they're all swearing.
People are thinking, yeah.
Yeah, they're all playing loyal to Biden, and they all want to stand up there on the bridge of the Titanic and go down in the.
A captain goes down with the ship, and so does apparently the rest of the crew.
Yeah, the whole fucking crew. Signs on, with exceptions. Like that gray-haired guy on the far right, and not the Jew boy.
You're talking about the other one. Yeah,
and whoever was moderating, I forget his name. And,
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, yeah. Because he was saying, "Oh boy," and of course that guy with the bald guy,
there was this guy on the CNN thing that looked like he said, "You were like, who does he rmind you of?" And I was like, immediately Alex Jones, right?
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It had Alex Jones eyes and who's the guy with the show with his bald head, shaved head.
Which one?
Oh,
where's he at?
I like him, and he's real rude.
He's an asshole. I don't know.
Oh, you show him all the time, and regularly.
Joe Rogan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rogan reminds me, kind of a mix between Rogan and Alex Jones. One last thing with Alex Jones, when he was, I think, 3 years old, and he's tottering around in his pull-ups, and he was only into pull-ups for about 6 months. Okay. He did not like pull-ups. He wanted to go right to shorts, So it was about that period, and he still wasn't talking real well. So it was just the way kids talk. And so he would come in, and his mom would have that show on the TV, which was
Alex Jones.
Yeah, she'd have Alex Jones, InfoWars on there. And she'd be sitting at the dining table, and this is in the living room, so it's a distance. And he has to walk through there, and he looks over, he sees this on the TV, and whenever Zach was surprised or something was happening, he'd go like this. And it's like the first time he saw me out here, he was like in shock, because I was always Pa back there. And so he would go like this, he'd say, "No, not the man show. Turn it off, and he would keep this up, and and of course I'm saying, you go, do it, because I could not stand the guy, and you're looking at right column, and they got the whole lizard lore, oh my God, it's like a weird comic book, but anyway, and so Zach has, even before he knew what Alex Jones was talking about, what was going on, anything, he just looked at Alex Jones, and it was negatory. Yeah. Same with religion, same thing. I've been working on him for years about, what faith and belief are, but he still doesn't have a fucking clue. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so when he talks about Alex Jones and being hip to what bullshit Alex Jones says, it's the real deal, I'll tell you.
Uh-huh.
And and by the way, can you call back up the picture of George Carlin?
Yeah.
Every class I ever taught, I'm not shitting you, I went into class and I'd say, but within the first, couple of nights, somebody would say, "Do you know who you remind us of?" Because they'd talk during the break. And I'd say, "No." And I'd say, "George Carlin," and I couldn't think of a better,
it's a compliment.
Compliment, yes. And because he was one of the 10 guys I always wanted to have a talk with. He'd be able to sit down and just talk with him, and so by the third or fourth time this would happen, they would say, "Do you know who you remind us of?" Or something like that, and I would say, "Yeah, George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
He said, how'd you know? And I said, because the last 3 classes said the same fucking thing. And I would say, same fucking thing. But I was like I got letter from this congressman on how great my class was. He was going to make all of his students go there, take that class. And so they didn't want to get rid of me.
Yeah.
But, and so you look at George Carlin. Now, he's younger than me there. But, I mean, check it out.
That's pretty close.
I mean,
yeah.
got the hair, the gray hair. And if I combed this back, it would look like Carlin's. It's just that now it looks like it does because it can kind of look like I have hair in a way.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Oh, by the way, Mischief got hair transplants. Did you talk to him about that?
Not yet. No, I haven't talked to him yet.
Oh, yeah, I said so on a show the other day.
Yeah.
He just got back. That's where he was.
Yeah.
Getting hair
He
transplants.
went to New York.
Yeah. So you'll talk to him.
I will. All right.
I'll tell you what it's about.
Yeah. Well, thanks
Alrighty,
for coming by.
Yeah. Good talking to you. And again, thank you very much for all the kind words when I call in and correct his ass. I really, sometimes I wish I was just sitting here all the time so I can jump in his shit every time he starts, the bullshit starts coming out. So, get it fucking straight. Especially when it's something I said. He said it's something I said.
Uh-huh.
So.
All right. Well,
all right.
I'll see you later.
Yo, pal. And that's our way of saying I love you. I always said that to Zach.
Yeah.
Always made him uncomfortable all his life. And, he would kind of murmur the same. So I said, he was into yo-yos. I said, let's have our own thing. It'll be yo and yo. And that's where that came from. So you guys don't have to say, tell him you love him,
Mm-hmm.
It's, we're 2 guys, and so that's the way it is.
It is what it is.
That's the way it is. All righty.
All right, yo. I'll see you later.
Yo, pal.
Be careful on the stairs.
Yeah, well, I'll be. Yeah. It fucking wears my ass out anymore.
Just be careful because there's a lot of. Okay.
All right.
Yo, see ya.
Yep.